You see a sale sign, 20% off plus an extra 30% off at the register. You think, great, 50% off. But is it? This is one of the most common math traps out there, and today we're going to crack it wide open. I'm going to show you a super simple method that will get you the right answer every single time. Let's dive in. So here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off with that classic problem that trips almost everyone up. Then I'll introduce you to something called the multiplier method. We'll use it to solve the mystery, prove it works, uncover the secret formula, and by the end, you'll have a brand new percentage superpower. All right, let's get right to it with a classic brain teaser. You know the situation. You see one percentage change and then another one right after it. Your brain wants to take a shortcut, but that shortcut, well, it's going to lead you down the wrong path. Okay, so here's the scenario. An item's price jumps up by 20%. Then that new, higher price goes up again by 30%. The quick gut reaction math is, well, you just add them up, right? 20 plus 30, that's a 50% increase. Seems logical. But it's wrong. That common mistake gets you 50%. But the real, actual answer is a 56% increase. And right now you're probably thinking, wait, what? Where did that extra 6% just magically appear from? That is the million-dollar question, and we are absolutely going to answer it. So the key to solving this whole puzzle is an incredibly simple but powerful tool called the multiplier method. Think of this as the foundation for everything that follows.
Here's the big idea. Instead of wrestling with percentages, you just convert them into simple multipliers. If you want to increase something, you multiply it by 1 plus the percentage. If you want to decrease it, you multiply by 1 minus the percentage. That's it. It's that straightforward.
And this is what makes it so fast. A 10% increase? Just multiply by 1.1. A 20% discount? Multiply by 0.8. See? You're turning these clunky percentage problems into simple, one-step multiplication. So, how does this amazing multiplier tool help us solve our original 50 versus 56% problem? Well, this is where the magic really happens. This is where it all clicks.
And here it is. This is the single most important rule to remember. When you're dealing with back-to-back percentage changes, you do not add the percentages. You multiply their multipliers. That one little change in thinking is the entire secret.
Let's just do it with our numbers. That first 20% increase, that's a multiplier of 1.20. The second 30% increase is a multiplier of 1.30. So what do? We multiply them. 1.20 times 1.30 gives us 1.56. And what does a multiplier of 1.56 actually mean? Well, it means our final price is 156% of what we started with, which is a total increase of, yep, you got it, 56%. And there it is. There's our missing 6%. Okay, I get it. That might still feel a little bit like a math trick. So you know what? Let's prove it. Let's walk through it with some actual numbers because seeing is believing. We're going to make the math super easy on ourselves. Let's just pretend the item we're talking about originally cost $1,000. A nice, clean, round number. Okay, step 1. We take our $1,000 and apply that first 20% increase. Times 1.20, that gives us $1,200. Now for step 2, and this is key, we apply the 30% increase to that new price of $1,200. And $1,200 times 1.3 is $1,560. So for step 3, we look at the total change. We went from $1,000 to $1,560. That's a $560 increase on an original price of $1,000. That is exactly 56%. It works perfectly. This little chart here shows you exactly why this happens. You can see that second jump, the 30% one, is bigger. Why? Because it's 30% of a larger number. It's acting on the $1,200, not the original $1,000. That's where the extra percentage comes from. Now, for all of you out there who just love a good shortcut, there's actually a neat little formula that explains all of this. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the math behind the magic. And here it is. For any two increases, x and y%, the total is x plus y plus this extra bit, x times y, divided by 100. Let's try it with our numbers. 20 plus 30 plus 20 times 30 is 600, divided by 100 is 6. So you get 50 plus 6, 56%. Boom! Works like a charm. So what really is that little xy divided by 100 part of the formula? Well, that's the secret sauce. That's the compounding effect. It represents the second percentage increase acting on the extra value that was created by the first increase. And that, right there, is the key idea.
So, we've gone through the problem, the method, and the proof. Let's boil it all down to a new skill, a superpower, really, that you can take with you and use every day.
Here are your 3 golden rules. Rule number 1, never, ever just add consecutive percentages together. It's a mental trap. Rule number 2, your first step should always be to convert each percentage into its multiplier. And rule number 3, just multiply those multipliers together, and that will give you the real total change.
So, I'll leave you with one last challenge to test out your new superpower. A shirt is on sale for 50% off. Awesome! But you also have a coupon for an additional 20% off. Does that mean you're getting a 70% discount? Now you've got the tools to figure out the real deal. Give it a try. Thanks for joining me.
Welcome to the quiz section, Fastest Finger Edition.